semi-fluffy, thinner section here. See how this is, a lot wider, and it was about this much at top that I drafted out. It's very, very little, okay? So you can do that. You can go through and pre-draft your entire top or your entire bat, whatever preparation you're using, if you want to. And if you end up doing that, wrap up your top, this is now a sliver. Wrap up your sliver and make a ball with it. And try to be a little bit loose with it. And just keep rolling it as you go along, draft, roll if you want to. Again, as long as you get the results you want, it doesn't matter. So, you can keep going. All right, if we want to, but I'm not going to. I think you guys kind of got the point as far as drafting goes, as far as pre-drafting. So, I'm going to pull this off. Now, what I'm about to show you, it doesn't matter if you do it with a pre-drafted roving or if you do it with a full top or a section from a bat. It doesn't matter. But with the top roll spindle, something you cannot do with a bottom roll spindle because there is no hook, is come in here on the fold here on the side. That's called going in at the fold, and you lightly put your hook in and start twisting. Is it possible to get a close-up on that? Oh, here we go. Okay, so see how I've hooked it? This is how you can start your yarn on a drop spindle without ever having to use a leader. Leaders are a royal pain in the butt, and they're not fun to have to use, especially on a top spindle, but you have to pretty much use them on a bottom roll spindle. Otherwise, you're going to have to make your leader by hand for bottom roll spindle, and it's just not fun. So you keep spinning, draft it out, keep spinning, draft it out. And I am long spinning on this this leader here that I'm making. Okay, if you need to, for this, what you can do is go in at the fold here, pick up your fiber, and then draft it out. Put the twist in, draft it out, draft it out, put the twist in if you're not comfortable with trying to long draw yourself a leader, okay? Again, as long as it works, it's valid. It might take you a little bit longer, it might frustrate you, but it will work, okay? So once we've got a leader that's long enough, and I've got to make this leader long enough. Uh-oh. If you pull too hard, sometimes you break it. Okay. Oh. So we're going to wrap it around the shaft here. We're going to tie an overhand knot and another one. Okay. See that? Okay. With a lot of these spindles, you see the knock here going across the whorl here on the spindle? Let's see if I can get that. Okay, here we go. This knock here, it's specifically designed to do that. To get your working yarn up across the spindle without it. Once you've got it in this position, without this knock, it does this action. It just spins around the whorl here, okay? So utilize your knock, okay? And one thing with a lot of top spindles that you'll see is that your knock is at a specific position, okay? With some manufacturers that do these, you'll have the knock at 12 o'clock. So if you've got the hook pointed towards you, the knock could be at 12 o'clock, it could be at 3 o'clock, it could be at 6 o'clock, or, a random section here on the whorl. Typically, whoever's making the spindle positions this knock wherever it is best to balance this spindle so that it doesn't wobble so much. Okay? And you'll see that with really good spindles, they will position this knock where it's most useful. Okay? All right. So now that we've got our spindle on, if we let this thing go, it should go the opposite direction that we started spinning our yarn. Okay? That means we've got a twist in it. All right? For beginning spinners, typically you start seeing things like park and draft, which for a guy is a little bit difficult because you have to put your knees all the way together. For you ladies, it'll be pretty easy. So what you do is you keep the spindle from going anywhere by parking it between your knees. And when you're beginning spinning here, always, always have your finger to stop the twist from going from your working yarn here up into your fiber. The second you get a ton of twist in here, so again, I'm going to put a bunch of twist in here, and you let the twist come up in here, do you see what just happened there? Did you guys see what happened here? This yarn just had all of its twist go straight up into your roving. This is what causes the majority of your thick and thin sections of a beginning spinner's yarn, is that little action right there where you don't and keep the twist from here to here. Once it goes up into here, all of a sudden you have to draft all the way up into here to get your yarn to come out right. And once you do that, can you guys see the difference in diameter here? So the best way of keeping diameter control, and this goes for any